It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil on this Friday, December 8th, 2023, episode 190. Shelley, this is going to be a very in-depth episode. Happy Friday. It is wine time.
It is?
Yeah, happy Friday. It's wine time.
It's wine time. Happy Friday.
Oh, we have a lot to talk about, but first of all, we do have a reception wine tonight.
I'm supposed to guess this.
Not really. She doesn't know what this reception wine is, and we try to have this as we lead up to it, which didn't really happen, but it's kind of fun. We don't feature it, but we mention it. Any ideas?
Is it Kendall Jackson unoaked Chardonnay?
It is not. I mean, I'm sorry. It is. She just went to the store and she's like, did you know Kendall Jackson has an unoaked Chardonnay? Like, I did not. And so as a part of tonight's episode, we're talking about wines to go with Christmas. Okay. Now, disclaimer.
Wines for the holidays.
Yeah. Disclaimer, qualifier, whatever you want to call it. It really depends on what you're having. And it really depends on what you like.
As far as food.
Yes. So this is a part of this little list of some of the wines. An oak Chardonnay. A crowd pleaser with medium body and flavors of citrus, apple, and melon. Pairs well with a variety of dishes from creamy pastas to roasted turkey. I think all of that is true. We just didn't want to feature 4 wines tonight, but we wanted to mention that one.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty nice. I haven't had it before.
Oh, we have to finish this because this will also be our receptacle for the Cava. Oh, dump bucket.
We do have our dump bucket down here.
We do, but we had to make way for our elf on the mic. I'm
corny.
You know what? If you had a thought of it, it would have been so cute.
No, I'm not as corny as you.
But why do we have that?
I'm more refined.
Jeez. Thank God you saved that from when I wasn't drinking. I can't. In one of our favorite wine murder shows, one of the 15 that we watch. Okay. This is a Brut Cava. Do you have any information on this while I try to let this out so carefully?
Cava is from Spain. It's a sparkling wine, and when it comes from Spain, they call it Cava. So it's made in this similar method, traditional method, like the method champenois. And it has the word you're going to talk about, tirage.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, that's nice.
That was pretty good.
So, Cava, sparkling wines in general go with a lot of different things.
They really do. Yep. Especially champagne. But as you said, sparkling wines in general. We should toast this up before you get any further.
Peace on earth.
Peace on earth. It's our December toast.
That is very bubbly.
It is very bubbly. Ooh. Ooh, so sucky. Sorry, elf reference. All right.
I find Cavas to be less yeasty and less bitey than a champagne. They seem a little bit more refreshing sometimes.
Yeah, and good or bad, super easy to drink.
Yes.
So, because the bad side of that, of course, is you may find yourself having a little bit, more than you may want to. But this is can you pronounce this?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's from Spain, so I guess it'd be Jaume.
Wow. I don't know.
Jaume. I'll bet it's Jaume.
I bet it isn't. It's Jaume Serra Cristalino Cava Brut, and it's non-vintage.
Non-vintage, that's correct. This is fantastic.
Citrus, apple.
Apple. I mean, crispy, like Granny Smith type apple.
Mm-hmm. A little toast, but I'm not getting the yeast that, like I said, that champagne has.
You're going to get Prosecco and Cava and really any domestic sparkling wine. Well, I don't know. If they're making a method champenois, you might get those yeasts also in a domestic sparkling wine. This is 11.5 alcohol, which is really nice.
Again, sparkling wines are usually lower in alcohol.
Yep.
It pairs well with sushi, seafood, fried foods like French fries, because there is a Champagne and French fry day.
It's coming up too. By the way, I think we're going to have Sam on again, as well as Sarah and Mark Hothrop, right?
For the French fries.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And we'll probably have that at Lola when they're closed, so that we can show you the ambiance of that place. It's so cool. Anyway.
And it also goes with Asian foods, and I like it with popcorn. So I think that actually the champagne probably goes better with the popcorn than this one, because this one is so fresh.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to give you the blend of grapes.
Okay.
Macabeo, Periada.
Oh my gosh.
50% Macabeo, 35% Periada, 15% Xarel-lo. XAREL-low. These are grape varietals found in Spain, and I've never heard of them before.
There are so many different grape varietals.
There are so many. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. So we did this. Let's go ahead and do this other one. And then we'll take a break, and then we'll do our.
You're using our Christmas.
Oh no, not for.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right, here, have some more.
I'm sorry, Shelley. This is very easy to drink, for sure.
Drink wine that fast.
Try to do a short pour.
So when you have sparkling wines that are not sparkly anymore, I learned a new trick on Instagram. You put a raisin in the sparkling wine bottle, just drop it in, and somehow it does something with the CO2.
Really?
Yep. And then you'll get the sparkle back.
Shelley has a party she's going to tonight, so she doesn't have to worry about, practicing for the divas or anything like that, which is sometimes an issue when we do these mid-week recordings. So
we're off practice until probably March.
Probably. She hasn't disassembled her holiday dress just in case, because, of course, when she does that, she'll get a call. Actually, we're going to do this parade. This is, by the way, that Cava is $9 at Fred Meyer. This unoaked Chardonnay, all these wines we got from Shelley at Fred Meyer. Shelley, well done. You are doing a great job there. This unoaked Chardonnay from Kendall Jackson, I'm sure they've made it before, but we just haven't seen it. $13. This Cava, $9.
Not bad.
This 2021 Washington Hills Dry Riesling, I love this camera, is $12 at Fred Meyer.
Wow.
So, hashtag.
Cheersing.
Cheersing. Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.
We actually are using the one white wine glass from Andrea Robinson, which we love the sparklers in.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah. This tastes flat
After that.
after going from the Cava to this.
Well, it is a flat wine. So
It is a flat wine, but I mean, this, you know, I wonder almost, this would be the order, right?
Yeah. Unless you threw a red wine in there.
Maybe. That was so interesting to do the wines in order with Jesse from Trevino.
Right.
And then we went to the tasting at Bottle Joy, and it was really opposite of what I thought it would be. I mean, almost 100% opposite, but kind of interesting when you're talking about the acidity, the sweetness, and all of that. There is a order, so it kind of surprised me. This, what do you think of this? This is really quite delicious.
It's nice. It is dry. Looking at Lucy, sorry. It's dry, but it's also a little sweet. I think if you had people over who liked sweeter white wines,
they would think this is sweet. I'm sure it's not bone dry.
No, it's not bone dry.
But it does say dry. We've got an alcohol on this of 12.5. Anything from Washington Hills that you want to say? That I think this is the first wine from this. This is a precipt. So a precipt model, they don't really give their wineries, their portfolio, a website. It's on the precipt. Which
Precept is that the representative?
That's the distributor.
Wines.
Yeah, it's not.
So
I
know that winery was founded in 1988, and they're in Seattle, or Precept is, but I think they might be in Seattle. So this one, it's got some citrus, some honey. I'm getting peachy stuff.
Well, you're going to get peachy for sure in Riesling, but this has got a really nice nose after it's opened up a little bit.
And they're suggesting to pair this with pork. I don't know.
Interesting.
And
I guess
I'd agree with the shellfish, spicy food, poultry, cured meats would be good because it's sort of an opposite taste. I don't know about the pork though. I guess it would depend on the sauce that you're using.
The spicy food would go great with this. I wish I had something to stop that, but we'll work on that soon. Because once you pop a cork out of a sparkler, it's
not going back in.
It's not going back in. So,
how do they get that in?
Well, it doesn't start this way.
Oh, I guess not.
No, we should put a video on the Facebook page of the process of corking a sparkler. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some Christmas etiquette, I think, is what we might call that. And maybe some ideas if you're gifting a bottle of wine and things like that when we come back.
As Oprah would say, back in a moment.
Back in a moment.
That my daughter used to pick that up. She'd say,
That's funny.
Back in a moment. Welcome back to episode, I don't know which episode we're on. Let's see. Welcome back to episode 190. We are talking about wines to serve during the holidays.
Can I just say something? I usually pull the foil off. This foil is not coming off this wine. So our nifty little opener, it's got this thing right here. It slides right out. You can take it on a plane. You can take it on a train, and it will not give you any pain.
It has no knife. So
There's no knife.
You can take it on the plane. I just take it out of my travel bag, put it on the thing. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have a knife.
No knife. And it's all in one. It's very easy to use. And this is going to be our most expensive wine tonight. It is a 2019 Northstar Columbia Valley Merlot. Yes.
So Northstar Winery is in Walla Walla, so they must get grapes. Well, they do get grapes from both Walla Walla and Columbia Valley.
Right. These grapes come
They have
from
different levels of wine.
Exactly. There we go. Now I feel better. And we can go to the holiday glasses on this.
These are pretty glasses, but they don't swirl very well. But
Not only do they not, well,
we
they
just
swirl
like
okay.
to trade glasses off for the season.
How many different seasonal wine glasses do we have?
I think we have 6.
Pretty cool. That's fun. Look at that little elf right in the middle of our wine. Did you just roll your eyes at me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, this is fun. This is when you're getting into the heavier foods.
Like prime rib.
Yeah, for Christmas. You know, it's funny on this list, Pinot Noir was mentioned. So was Zinfandel. Hashtag cheersing. Oh, that's pretty.
This has an interesting smell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. Like, it's kind of like creosote.
Honestly, this needs some time to open up.
Mm-hmm.
This is tight. What is that show that we watch when someone says, you are wound tight as a something or other? It's in my mind, no? Okay. That's got a long finish too. Very interesting. Well, let's talk a little bit about this wine, and then we're going to go into some fun topics.
This is 82% Merlot and 19% Cab. I think that was actually the 2020. You said this.
Yeah, I sent the 2020 notes.
Well, it's a Merlot Cab blend.
By the way, I've been listening a lot to the Wine Folly, Madeline Phuket, I guess is how you pronounce her last name, Phuket.
Phuket.
The Paso podcast had her on. It was very interesting. Listen to that about 3 a.m. And one of the things she was saying about how they're building their Wine Folly website is when they bring wineries on for free, the wineries can come and put their data in for free. Whenever and this, I mean, like I'm in the middle of the night nodding when she said this. When you open, for instance, a 17, and then you're like, I want to go to the website and check out. There's no information on the 2017 because they've already moved on. That's a travesty.
Yeah, that's a shame. I guess they only have so much space available.
Do they really?
Yeah, they really do.
I don't know if that's the case. I think it's just a little bit of laziness, but it's funny because she's like, I love winemakers. I love wineries, but come on, guys, get with the program.
Yeah, we don't always want just the recent vintages.
So this one, we've got the 2020. I don't know if it's the same blend as
we have the 2019.
We have the 2019, but we have the notes for the 2020.
Right.
Anyway, we've been to Northstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I didn't put in the notes is that blending program that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
when
have
you go downstairs.
Thing. You can go down there and blend your own bottle of wine, which is a great experience. And Holland America Lines also offers that on a couple of their ships.
This thing's open up nice, real quick. Would that be a good gift for Christmas?
What?
The blending experience?
Oh, yeah.
For
those who really like wine and can get there.
Yeah. Oh, man, so many notes. Okay, let's do this.
So this is a lighter Merlot?
Really?
I think it is. Like, it's not a lot of dark berries. It's lighter.
That's interesting. I'm feeling like this is a little bigger.
Than I think.
I mean, it's really good. It's opened up very nice and really quick.
Mm-hmm.
On the Cava, what do you give that on our Wine Time Fridays rating system?
Pleasant.
Really? I'm pretty damn good.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
How about that Riesling, dry Riesling?
Again, I'm going to say pleasant.
I'm probably with you on that one.
Okay.
How about this one?
Well, this needs to open up a while, so I'm just going to say pleasant for now.
Let's circle back.
All right, let's circle back.
So
Northstar is in Walla Walla. They have a really nice tasting room and beautiful outdoors.
It was a little
Right around the
windy
vineyards.
when we were there.
It
We're
was.
gonna be in that area in about 5 weeks, and then we're gonna go back in April. We're lining up some really fun guests coming up. I look blurry on this. Sorry. Okay.
You sound like Mari Smith. She goes, I look a little orange today.
That's so
must
funny.
Be an orange filter on.
That's so funny. I do want to mention, and we're not going to go too far into this, but World Azu Day is December 10th. So that is in 2 days on Sunday. And real quick, Azu is a sweet dessert wine made from botrytis grapes.
Botrytis.
There we go. In the Tokai region of Hungary. It's also known as Nolarot, and then it's a fungus that affects grapes and concentrates their sugars and flavors. They're typically sweet, which is one of the reasons we probably didn't do it, but maybe we will next year. But residual sugar levels up to 500 grams per liter. And they also have high acidity, which helps to balance the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
So we're constantly talking about expanding your palate, go outside the norm. If you're going to have a Chardonnay, don't always have one that's oaked. Have an unoaked one. You're going to get more of the fruit.
I think a lot of people would like Chardonnay if they tried the ones that were not oaked.
If you like
or much less oak.
Pinot Grigio or Pinot Gris, you'll probably like an unoaked Chardonnay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get some fun stuff going.
What is it?
Tips for wrapping a bottle as a gift. All right. You are the queen of this.
Of what?
Of just doing very creative things with a gift.
Well, there's some fun things already available on the market, like little apron and dresses and sweaters.
You just kind of slip it right over the bottle.
Things like that. I saw really a fun one on Instagram where they took, I don't know if you can see that. Well, they took certain candy bars and put them on like a tree.
And they
then
started
overlap them. And then they tied a ribbon on here. They got little, I think, Gloria Ferraro.
Oh,
what is that?
It's something like that.
Those little
round
praline hazelnut gold things,
wrapped. Yep.
They stick it on the top.
That's
that was very cute.
Yeah.
Present. So it looked like a star on top of the tree. You have to give it to someone who actually likes candy bars.
Well, most like candy bars. Most shouldn't eat them.
Maybe not so many. That was a good idea too, I thought.
Yeah.
But I've also seen people like put a tea towel on the bottom and then just pull it up, put a ribbon around it, and then the tea towel fluffs out at the top.
You could actually put our little elf.
Well, I guess you could.
Holding on to that Riesling for her dear life.
Don't take my Riesling.
That's pretty funny. Look, she's actually standing. That's so funny. Santa suit. This is kind of an elf in a Santa suit. You know, there's so many ways of doing that. You can get creative with some embellishments like pine cones and berries and holly. Oh my, like if you're gluing it. Shelley's got her glue gun out all the time these days. And yeah, so she's constantly doing the gluing. You can do cinnamon sticks.
You can also paint the bottle.
Yeah, you could. That would make it super.
And then you can put the person's name on the bottle.
Exactly.
Or make it a piece of art.
Yep. Now, how about if you are having a holiday party? We were just at one last weekend, and we brought a bottle of wine.
2 bottles of, actually, 2.5 bottles of wine.
Well, 2 bottles and a glass and a half. Yeah. We don't recommend that. We did it because we wanted a little glass of white wine before we started drinking the red. So, and we weren't sure what they were going to have. But we gave a bottle as a gift and said, this is, open this when you'd like to. And then we brought a bottle to have that night. So, but that's one of the things. If you are receiving a bottle at a party you're hosting, there are a couple of things to consider. Okay. First of all, you want to thank them. I mean, that should go without saying. A genuine smile and appreciation.
A genuine smile.
Well, don't just go, oh, yellowtail. Thank you. But, you know, I mean, someone hopefully took some time in picking out the gift. Ask if they want you to open it now or to hold it. That is really critical. I know that there could be some awkward. Look, if we're bringing a bottle of wine, usually I'd like the wine open. I want to hear what they're thinking about it. Okay. But not everybody would be like that. And so ask them, do you want us to open this tonight or wait?
Good idea.
Yeah.
Or you could bring two of the same.
That's another thing. Yeah.
But generally, we'll bring the more expensive bottle of wine for a gift and then a lesser expensive bottle of wine to drink that night.
Yes. You might also ask if you do open it, offer them the first taste.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a good one. And then ask for their opinion on the wine. Why did you bring the wine? You know
Why did you bring this wine?
Hang on. This is just not acceptable. I just poured a little. Yeah. I mean, why did you choose this wine?
It could be a story.
There could be a story. We love our stories. And then you want to thank them on the way out. Again, thank them for bringing the wine. Now, if you have 50 guests, it's really hard to do that. But that's why you're hosting the party, because you can do it. You can handle it. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we're going to get into some of our business that we do on a weekly basis. And so we'll come around right after that. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil, episode 190. The 8th of December. Do you remember?
The 8th of December.
I don't know. It reminds with September and November. It really rhymes with a lot of months. Let's see. We've done that. But what we haven't done is our CDA Gourmet Wine Word of the Week, which is, you've touched on it. Do you know how to say that?
Tirage.
Tirage. Yeah. So Tirage, you want to talk a little bit about Tirage, because it's actually quite cool. It's a part of a process. It's sparkling wine. Boom, the Cava.
Yep. It has to do with the production of the wine. And so you add in the still base wine. So let's say you have a bottle of Chardonnay, whatever kind of grapes, then it's still. And then you add a mixture of yeast and sugar to the still wine, which triggers a secondary fermentation. And that happens inside the bottle.
Yep. What is there's disgorging involved. If you'll notice behind us, I think you can see this, a few parts of it anyway. It's a Riesling rack. Old school is they manually turn the bottle. I think it's like an 1/8 of a turn.
Usually a quarter.
A quarter of a turn every 2-3 days. And so that sediment, it's
tipped at an angle.
It's tipped at an angle.
All the sediment goes to the neck of the bottle.
And then they'll freeze it, and the disgorging, they'll pop that ice out, add a little still wine and some sugar sometimes.
Yeast.
Yep. And then cap it and then bag it. No, they put it away. But this is actually kind of important, because I believe in 2024, we're going to have a winery from the Walla Walla, Tri-Cities, Red Mountain area. I think they're located in Prosser. They're going to be guests, and all they do is sparkling wine. And their name has the 3 important components.
I see.
That is a tease if I've ever heard one. So
who can guess what it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really interesting. So thank you to CDA Gourmet for the Wine Word of the Week. Some wines we enjoyed this week. Am I going too fast?
Nope.
Les Malpas Côte d'Rhône Village Cigarette. Foxglove Zinfandel. Catina Cab Franc Diora La Petite Grace Pinot Noir. By the way, got that at Fred Meyer when they were purging their shelves. And it's pretty dang good. Actually, we got this one there as well. We didn't really say. This is $45 at the winery, $28 at Fred Meyer.
Well, not anymore at Fred Meyer for
No,
28.
the 2019 is not available. It would be the 2020 if they are still bringing that in. Shelley, we had a Rocky Pond Stratostone. What's the significance to that?
We're going to be talking about them in the near future.
Like next week,
yes,
we have Rocky Pond on.
Elizabeth Kaiser.
Yes. Is it Kaiser or Kaiser? We're going to ask her about that.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah. And then we had, here's our top three. Ready?
All right.
Number 3. J. Bookwalter 3rd edition. That is a really good blend.
Mm-hmm. It was really good.
It's 38, I think it's $38, something like that. But it is a really good blend.
What was the blend?
There's Chenin Blanc in there. I think there's some Semillon in there. And there's one other, and I can't think of it off the top of my head.
So white blend.
It's a white blend, yep. And we're going to probably get into the little story of this 3rd edition with John Bookwalter and Edward Holmes next month during our visit. Yeah, it's probably going to, I don't know the date. It'll probably drop the 19th of January, give or take a week or so. That's number 3. Number 2.
Novelty Hill Grenache.
That was so good, Shelley.
I like Grenaches lately.
Yeah. I mean, so Garnacha, Grenache.
Also good for Christmas.
Really good for Christmas. Very good. Very fruit forward, bright, festive, holiday-ish. And a drum roll for number 1.
He said.
Cava Barbera. This might have been one of my more favorite wines for a long, long time. Sorry, dog's trying to get my attention. Cava Barbera. We don't, in fact, that's the last Barbera we have in our cellar. And I'm thinking, we need more Barbera. That was really good. Mm-hmm. You know, these wines that are fantastic, with each sip, at least for me, I'm going, damn, this is really good. And then I get so sad on that last sip.
Aww.
I know. Some announcements to the future. In the future, of course, what to expect next week, as Shelley already alluded to, Elizabeth Kaiser, Rocky Pond winemaker. It's going to be super exciting. And then announcements in the future. Shelley, you want to do these?
Pinot Meunier Day.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't like to say
I
it.
can't say it.
On the December 16th, National Champagne Day on the 31st, which is perfect. Wine Time Fridays year in review coming up also.
Yeah, Shelley's a little overwhelmed when I told her that I'm going to actually print out and send her the entire list of our featured wines. Okay, just the featured wines.
Oh my gosh.
And we're going to try to whittle that down to your top 3 and my top 3. Okay, because I'm guessing, well,
how can you do that?
It's going to be tough. I do know that Sauvignon Blanc from South Africa may be right up there. Mm-hmm. And this Cava Barbera, we can't have it because it wasn't featured, but it was really good.
We can't have it because it wasn't.
Well, we
featured.
can't have it. We're trying to do the top ones that we featured. Huge thanks to our sponsors today, J. Bookwalter Wines and Bottle Joy. Curtain Joy, always happy with them. Edward Holmes and John Bookwalter, always happy with them. Next week, we've got Elizabeth on, and it's going to be super fun. I think we've covered everything. Oh, real quick, we have a couple, I didn't mention this, a couple bonus wines for Christmas. Ice wine. Why not?
Why not?
Or why not? A little late harvest, or fortified wines like a sherry or port, something like that. We had a port this last week, and Shelley's like, why did I say we should have port?
That is not low carb.
It was really good, though. So there are a couple other options. You know what? It's a wide open playing field when it comes to what you're going to have for Christmas. By the way, shout out for the Huskies. They beat Oregon and are going to the playoffs. Good job, Washington. And bow down to Washington. Go Dogs. Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Huskies.
You said ducks.
And with a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of wine, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next week with Elizabeth on Wine Time Fridays.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you, to health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.